Can y'all hear me now? I don't know what got changed. It looks like I'm having a little audio now. Sorry about that. Is the audio coming in now? Move that. Nothing I sell myself. You don't want to sell your soul. Yes. Okay. Cool. I don't know why it got switched. I haven't sound with a big echo. Well, I turned the gain up quite a bit. How's here? Go hold on. Let me do this. Check, check. Okay, is that a little better now? Where's the money, Paul? In the bank. Hopefully that's a little better. Where nothing like technical. I don't know how that got changed. I don't know what I did to change it, but apparently I did. Well, I see little green dots on the bar, so that's kind of overmodulating in it, isn't it? Anyway, so I sit here and talk to myself all that time, which is nothing unusual for me. Is it you still getting a bad echo? Hopefully that's better. All right, no sound. Hold that thought. How can I sell my soul? I answered that. You don't want to do that. I hear you. Chat. Still an echo. Huh. Is it loud though? Let me turn it down a little more. Hopefully that'll be a little better. Or maybe if I just talk softer, it'll. Maybe I should get it up there and really talk low. Still echo. Boomers and computers war. War. Anyway. So, I think, is it all working good now? Pork chop, am I still getting an echo? Sounds fine to me. Okay. Okay. Sounds all right to me because I can only hear me talking. You know, I reinstalled that Newsbreak app on my phone. I get a Newsbreak app notification about every 10 minutes. And apparently, Tom Cruise is thinking about dating Shakira. They did a photo shoot and they said he was interested in her. You know, I thought he was married, but how you doing, T. Ron? How's everybody out there doing? Now that y'all can hear me and we can all hear what I have to say. I heard what I had to say, but anyway, I was saying that a while ago. I was saying that I was over watching Steve over on Rideshare Rodeo, and they was talking about tip baiting, and I had said, knock on wood, I'll repeat it. Um, I have noticed less tip baiting since they changed to the percentage rather than the set amount. That's about all I really had said that y'all couldn't hear me. You probably see my lips moving, but anyway, where is the money? The money's in the bank. Tell her to make an apple pie. I don't tell Miss Emily much of anything. I ask, and if I ask her, she could. She's allergic to cinnamon, though, so that kind of bites for her. Sounds all right to me. Still an echo, boomers, and computers. Well, maybe I'm talking so loud, pork chop, that you're hearing me all the way from up north down south where you're at. Brandon, we have a better as Brandon. We have to better as the people. Oh yeah, do better as the people. Yeah, yeah. Trump gave CNN the business. Well, good for Trump. You know, I know a lot of people are not Trump fans, but I, I'll I'll admit I'll vote for him. But I wished he had a filter. You'll pretend I'm stuttering. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's echoing. Um, I turned it down, and well, I've only got one mic on. But anyway, Trump is not a bad guy, and he's got some good ideas. He just don't know when to keep his mouth shut. That's Trump's biggest issue right there. Yeah, that's just the way he is. I love he has no filter. Most of them are fake. So, yeah, well, they're all crooks. We all know that, and that's my Facebook profile. I think it says for I don't know if Facebook still shows it or not. It says political view, and I always said they're all crooks. It's just you vote for the lesser of the crooks because they wouldn't be where they were if they were honest. It's like a good car salesman, you know. Of course, car salesmen in today's times are a little different than they used to be because used to you could put different things into the oil to keep it from knocking, like sawdust. Got an old car that's knocking, put a little sawdust in it, it won't knock no more for a while. But salesmen used to be crooks. But the salesmen I know personally now, they're good folks. And most of them don't even know nothing about the car, so yeah, they get it in, they might drive it from one side of the lot to the other, and that's about the extent of it. But anyway, without DoorDash, it's a massive struggle. Yeah, well, DoorDash does better for you up there, and it does better for a lot of other people. That's what I was saying a while ago over on Steve's channel. I can make the same money on Spark, actually more money, but drive a lot less miles than I did when I was doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that. Because you're constantly going, which a lot of people have issues stopping and sitting. They feel like they need to be going, going, going. And I get that. And you're not going to really do that too much with Spark. But the more you're going, the more miles you're putting on your vehicle. So, every market's different. Shipped is live here. We don't have shipped here. I wish we did. I actually got on shipped, but I'm northwest of Dallas, Fort Worth area, and I used a zip code in Fort Worth to get signed up with them, and I finally got on there because somebody delivers for the Target here, but I can't find out who because it's not DoorDash and it's not Uber and it's sure not Spark, and they say there's no shipped here, but somebody's delivering for them because wow, I know a couple of people that said they deliver for Target. I don't know. Anyway, why not learn a trade stocks, Brandon? You would be good on it. You know, back when I worked, let's see, it's either for the city. I think it was for the city. You could go in there and move your stocks around. You could leave them on the more secure ones, but you could take a few $100s and just throw it on the high risk stuff. Might make a grand pretty quick. That was kind of fun, but I don't honestly don't have time to keep up with it anymore. And in all reality, I probably work a lot more now than what I did when I was working a regular 40-hour week on a W-2 job. I work a lot more now. And it's not just delivering, it's constantly, but the difference is constantly delivering, doing reviews, doing editing, but that stuff I like. So like I probably work double the hours now, but I enjoy it. And like Monday and Tuesday, I had things I wanted to do, so I didn't work. Of course, when the bills come up, I'll regret doing that. I just realized how good my market is. Experimented in Albany and in the Utica Rome market, they're oversaturated. It isn't funny. Yeah, that's the way it is here. I mean, very rarely can you turn DoorDash on and get on unless it's the dinner time. Dinner time, sometimes you can just turn it on and get on. I tell my Asian lady friends about here in South Korea. Oh, Savvy, how you doing, Holly? Hope you're doing well. Gigwise, how far are you from Albany? I guess that's for soda. Okay, I do shop and pay and Target for DoorDash and Uber Eats. I don't know. I did, I've been doing this 3 years or so, and I think I started off on Uber Eats, if I remember right, and then Grubhub, then DoorDash. I've never gotten a Target order, but there's two drivers here that say that they deliver for Target, and neither one of them will say who it is. So I don't know. I just never got an order from them. But Spark says they deliver for Kelly Moore Paint and Advanced Auto Parts. I've never gotten an order from them. What is your favorite stock company? How you doing, Payman? Ali? Payman. We all want to sell our souls. Uh, a lot of people it's not really selling their souls, but they're dedicating their entire life to trying to make the dollar. And I was thinking about that the other night. What good is it? I mean, I understand you have to pay bills, you want new things, you want better things. I understand that. But if you spend all your waking hours working, just constantly going, and you're mainly doing it just to make the money, then what is the money worth having? I mean, like I said, I know you got bills to pay, and I know you want like a newer vehicle or a nicer house or whatever. But is it worth killing yourself over? I don't know. Not in my opinion. But I'm not 25 years old anymore either. If I was 25, 35, still had kids at home or whatever, that's a whole different ballgame. So you really need to slow down and enjoy life a little bit, or it's going to be gone. You're going to get too old to and do some of the things that you're physically able to do now. I couldn't go up to Colorado and go mountain climbing. Ain't no way. And it's worse now than it was a year ago. We went to Possum Kingdom Lake, which is a pretty up and down lake. I mean, you got a lot of not mountains, but little cliffs and little up and downs, and that wore me out. So I've got to get in shape because I'm wanting to. I want to see some, like in Colorado, there's some hidden, well, not hidden, but there's some waterfalls, and you got to hike to them. And I'm a flatlander, so I've got to get in shape because I want to see that stuff. I don't want to just get a drone, and do it with a drone and see. I can sit home and look at that on the computer. But anyway, that's a whole different subject. Albany orders can pay good, just not steady enough. Oh, how you doing, Steve? I was just talking about you a while ago. That was interesting about the pay scales, but that if you work enough, that you could probably, I would say, average. I think DoorDash on your example was showing 16 something. I would say it was about 15 here, but with DoorDash here, In order to get that, you have to do a lot of deliveries, which means a lot of miles, which means a lot of gas, which means you're subtracting off, the money. So bottom line, you're going to come out making $9, $10 an hour. That's about all you're going to make if you're lucky. And then you're going to be replacing tires, brakes, um, and well, you're going to have oil changes anyway, but you're going to wear out your brakes a lot quicker because you're doing a lot more stop and go than what you are with like Shipt and Curry and Spark. You know, that's why I like the highway miles is because you have less wear and tear on your brakes. I need to work more. You need to find a happy median somewhere where you can make this and save a little bit and have a little bit of life. Hospitals and schools seem to tip very low on skaters. I don't know what escalators is, but the only time I ever really got good tips at our hospital is when it was Uber Eats and Starbucks. And some of them folks, they tipped good on Starbucks. 20, $25 tips every order. But that kind of backed off now. 16 active hour on DoorDash seems low for a national average. Yeah, probably for a national average. But, when you start looking at your smaller cities like Wichita Falls, then that's that's about all you're going to get if you're lucky. And like I said, then you got to subtract your gas. So it's not really going to be working. I got gas today for $2.69 a gallon. 7-Eleven. I don't know if y'all have 7-Elevens. Uh, Alon, ALON. They have that loyalty program. You just put it, you sign up for it, put your phone number in, and it's 20 cents off a gallon. So I filled up today, and it's through Sunday, so I'll be filling up again Sunday. Oh, by the way, if we got any moms out there, since I probably won't be alive again, happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up. If you've got somebody in your life, and it doesn't matter if they're your mother or not, if they're a mother, tell them happy Mother's Day, if nothing else. So anyway, happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there and Mr. Moms. I was a Mr. Mom for a while, for quite a while, several years. Anyway, got a banger Spark today. 3 drops, 16 miles. Wow, $97. Two businesses. They seem to tip more. I haven't had it. I don't know if I've ever had one that good. That's a super good one. I did have a Spark order that had a zero tip, but it was a shopping order, and it paid like $22 for the shopping order. It was like 8 items, and I wound up getting a $20 tip added after the fact, which that don't generally happen, but it happened. So I was happy. Excator. That's how it's spelled. What is as cater? Easy cater. What is? I don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm 5 hours away from Albany. Easy cater. Oh, for like catering orders for like DoorDash and stuff. DoorDash claims 24.91 average in my market. I really think it's probably about 14.50 to $15 an hour here on average. You know, but that's if you're doing like the food deliveries, you can make good money. You can actually per hour probably make more than what you can on Spark. But if you're doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, not throwing a Grubhub here and there, but Grubhub's been really bad here for the last year. But if you're multi-apping, you can probably make more. But my whole thought is I'm spending more on gas and I'm going a whole lot more than what I am doing Spark. And I'd rather put less miles, use a little less gas, and make just a little bit less money. But in the long run, when you consider your maintenance and all that, I think I'll come out ahead on Spark. But everything, you know, everything depends on your market. You know, like you were saying about soda, it rocks in one market and it kind of bites in another because it's oversaturated. That's the way it is. I don't ever look at the per hour base myself. I look at it as way to sell my fuel at the highest market rate I can. Well, that's a good way. Yeah, you seem like you would be a great father. I tried. It's tough when you got a wife, a mother that pretty much does everything, and then all of a sudden she's no more, and then it all gets thrown in your lap, and you learn real quick. I'll give you a funny story real quick. It won't take just a second. I never really had to do much cooking. I would make like hamburger helper and stuff like that every once in a while. I'd never made macaroni and cheese. Well, I made the macaroni and cheese, and my kids said, "Dad, what is this?" And I said, "It's mac and cheese." And my daughter, which was 8 years old at the time, "Daddy, did you drain the water?" No. I learned from that point on, you're supposed to drain the water. It was soup. But anyway, that's how my Mr. Mom came about real quick. I learned some different things. Thank God for my mother, though. If you're on here, Mom, thank you. She helped out a bunch. You see, it's only high tier drivers like myself that made that possible and claimed 18 to 22. Charged 21. That's the average most week. That's 24 to 28 hour. 80 to 100. Yeah, that's it though. You're working 80 to 100 hours. Most people don't even want to work 40. And there's some companies now that are even here in Wichita Falls pay scale is awful. But there are some jobs here that's paying 18 to $22 an hour starting out. And you're working 8 hours a day, have no worries about having a delivery in your car and having a car wreck and have to worry about the extra insurance and all that. So I don't know. How you doing, Mr. Gary? So you decided to come visit the low level people like myself. I'm just low key, but I'm not anybody big, and she couldn't help by teaching you to make mac and cheese. She could have. Well, my daughter did. Their mom died. That's what happened with her. That's why she was just here one day and gone the next. Well, she didn't leave us, as in divorce or anything like that. She passed away. But Gary, but yeah, I learned to make mac and cheese, and I learned how to make a few other things. And I tell you what, these kids. Speaking of them, they used to call my mother, "We ain't got nothing to eat," and it's because there wasn't frozen burritos and TV dinners and stuff that they could just throw in the microwave. It was something that they actually had to cook. So, my mom would come over there and look in the cabinets, and I thought I was going to get in trouble. But it wasn't as bad as I had anticipated. But anyway, yeah, if you're working 80 to 100 hours a week, way I think about it is how many miles are you driving a week to make that? You know, is it worth the wear and tear? I don't know. Just Everybody has to do what works for them, though. Um, there was something else. I hate it when you something runs into your mind, but you got to finish saying what you was going to say, and then when you go, it comes with age for you younger people. You get to look forward to this, okay? You think about something, but if you don't spit it out right then, you and the more you think about trying to remember what it was, the harder it is to remember, and the further away it goes. Oh, sometimes you slump it. Now, I get it. I get it. You know, it's sometimes I don't know how some of these people that do the constant videos, because I I don't I don't see a lot of different things, new things, and something to talk about. You know, you can talk about an app update or something like that, but how often does that happen? And unless something big is happening, then it's hard to come up with fresh content that nobody else has got. I don't know. You're a trained chef and you need to wonder if you're. Well, I got Miss Emily, and you know the thing is, very seldom do we eat at home. She works full time from home and on a regular job, and she does Spark in the afternoon and evenings. And every once in a while, we'll pick something for lunch, and occasionally we'll eat at home. But 90% of the time, neither one of us are here to cook or eat. We're just not. It's very costly. But if we make something, then it's the left. We're both awful on eating leftovers. We go out to eat. If we got leftovers, I don't even bother to bring them home anymore because they just sit in the fridge and ruin, become science projects. But yeah, we just don't. I can make hamburger helper, spaghetti. I can cook on the grill a little bit, but the one thing that I don't do is I don't fry French fries. That was one of the things when I became Mr. Mom is I almost burned our kitchen down because of me getting the grease out on the burners, and that's not a good thing. Oh, hey, Miss Lisa, how are you? Hope all is well up in your neck of the woods. You like old what? You like the old wise man we need to hear before we go on customers. My 12-year-old, wait, my 12-year-old son do that, always calling me mom, telling her we don't have nothing to eat. Yeah, they're good at that. Unless they can throw it in the microwave, there ain't nothing to eat. And yeah, before you go up on customers, and sometimes it's hard to do, or hard not to do, you got to think about what might have happened in their day. You know, maybe somebody ran into them in the car. Maybe they got in a car wreck. Maybe it's something more serious, and they're whatever it was puts them in a really down and out, and or a really mad mood, and they're trying to get things level, and then you come along, and you might mess up just a little bit, and then they fire off on you, and you're thinking, whoa, whoa, whoa. But kind of try to think about what might have transpired during their day. And I know that's not really always fair because they shouldn't be like that, but people are. So you ain't got to sit there and take crap. Just turn around and walk off. Just don't say nothing. The best way to make somebody mad is don't say nothing. At least I hit 95. Speaking of hitting, I did get 139 today. I got a shot. I was fixing to head home earlier and I got a shopping order. Um, I wound up getting 139, which in my market, anything over $100 a day is a good day. And but that was, well, I actually wound up. I turned my mileage tracker on because I turned the app on when I leave the house, and I work 9 hours today from the time I left to the time I got home. But I leave the app on because every once in a while you get an order from out here. Not very often, but every once in a while. I come here to clear my nerves. Brandon, you're wonderful to me. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm be some use to somebody. I miss chatting with you. Well, I'm here every Thursday night unless something comes up. It's like today. I kept trying to think. The last couple of days, I kept thinking about the lives coming up, Brandon. The lives coming up. What are you going to talk about? What my interest people? I got nothing. Just hang out and let's talk and see what y'all got to say. See how y'all's week was. You know, because y'all are what's important. Y'all, everybody. It's not just about one person. It's about everybody, and we just all get on here and just have a little powwow. Grandpa, I saw the weather in your area. Be safe. Actually, it's probably up closer to Gary's by now. I haven't. Well, unless there's. This morning, I woke up to the sound of thunder. Isn't that a song? Bob Seger. If you don't know who Bob Seger is, Googling. Uh, well, yeah, there's some storms down south of me. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not. The wait, where's my finger? I'm way up. Well, we can go to this side. I'm over here, right in there, and that weather is down there. They had some tornado. Well, actually, they got a tornado warning now. Down towards just east of Weatherford, Texas. You know where that's at. Hopefully, everybody be safe down there. It's that time of year. Actually, we've kind of dodged a bullet because usually by mid to late March, we start getting some storms. April is tornado season, dead center. And we made it through April, and here we are in May. And knock on wood, I love bad weather, but not when it's destructive and tears people's homes up and injures people or worse. I'm resting with an ankle sprain today, so that's why I'm on that. Man, that bites. What anything under 400 is a fall for me. I haven't done 400 since I lost. DoorDash, I made 285 yesterday. 17 hours, so that's only 8 hours left. No, 7 hours left. That's only 7 hours left. I need to do my math, don't I? And you're supposed to sleep 8 hours, Mr. Bud Soda. Not to mention eating and the me time. You need to. No, I don't need to tell you what you need to do. You're a grown man. It's just you got to take care of yourself. It's not healthy to work that many hours. Otherwise, I stay off the chats. Too much foolish and idle talk. I got idle talk sometimes, but I try not to be too foolish. I might say something a little dumb sometimes, and if I ever do, y'all speak up. Tell me. I'm never too old to learn, and I don't care if you're 12 years old. If you think that I might be wrong on something, don't just say you're wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. I'm I'm all about listening. I used to not be. I used to be pretty hard headed. I am a Taurus. But I've learned over the years. You learn more by listening than you do talking. Anyway, I hope your leg ankle gets better. Kind of bites not be able to get up and around. Maybe you should start doing some like a video, Amazon reviews and stuff where you don't have to, you know, work on your feet all the time. Um, yeah, it's my son that lives in Gary. Yes, yeah. Oh, is it? I forgot. I've opened it up. I didn't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They got tornado warnings up there. Uh, actually, just south of Norman. Yeah. If y'all are interested. Well, let me make that active so it's moving. If you can see that. See, Oklahoma City. Gary's right up in that area. Not actually in Oklahoma City, but up in that area. But hopefully that's south. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's even still here. He may be paying attention. I'm sure he's paying attention to weather. If you live in anywhere in the mid US, you know, you pay attention to the weather real close. My daughter-in-law put a post on there. Apparently, they had, I forgot. They live in Utah, and it was probably somewhere up in there. But there was a tornado up on one of the mountains. They got that wasn't her that got the video, but she shared that video. That means Emily's trained you. Well, I I'll give her some credit. She's I used to be better, and then I got bad, and then in a nice way, she told me I needed to get my mojo back, and so yeah, she's helped me. Brandon, you shouldn't be afraid to be a conservative. I think the last movie I watched was the '90s Beauty and the Beast. It's been quite a while since well, in my opinion, that there's been any good movies. That every once in a while I'll ask Emily if she wants to go to the movies, and we could go, but we both look at the movies like, mm, doesn't really sound very appealing to me. Plus, the movies cost so much to go to. But, I, you know, you got to have some time. Just stop, like the old saying, stop and smell the roses. Literally, you know, there's more to life than just work. And it took me a long time to learn that one too, but I learned it. There's no such thing as too much fishing gear. That's true. I've got to order. Speaking of which, I've got to order a new tackle box. I used to have a bunch of tackle. Then when my dad died, my mom sent all his home with me for me to go through and get what I wanted, and she was going to give the rest of it away to one of our family friends. And then my house burnt all my fishing tackle, and that was years. Because if you know anything about fishing tackle, it can get expensive very quick. Um, so it took years. Gibson's, Kmart, long before Walmart, but places like that. And all of it went away. But anyway, I started back with a little tackle box, then I got a little one, and now I'm going to have to get a bigger one. I've got like four different small tackle boxes, and it would be kind of nice to have all of it in one. Well, I couldn't have it all in one because I got catfish and stuff too. But anyway, y'all are not that interested in fishing. Well, you might be, but anyway, I'm just got running. I signed up for Amazon Flex Shift. It was useless. We don't have Amazon Flex here either. I've got told we do, but if you go to try to sign up for it, you can't. They have a watch until 11. Yeah. Well, they need to kind of, yeah. Well, hopefully, you know, usually once the sun goes down, the air stabilizes. don't know how much you watch weather, but you got your air stabilizes so it kind of levels out. And but with the heat that we had today and the humidity, they need to kind of watch it. Yeah, Taco Bell and McDonald's way back extend anything I can check in early and they're making my food before I get there. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah, well, that's exactly what some of the people that I used to watch that teaches you how to make a YouTube channel, successful YouTube channels, which you can learn all you want to about how to make a successful YouTube channel, but that does not mean it's going to be successful. You know, there's people like Pedro. He got into a niche and he got enough people watching him, and he shot off like a rocket ship. Most people don't do that, but anyway, that's what they teach. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint because it takes a while. Grandpa pigeons. I must have missed something. But it doesn't profit to gain the world if you lose your soul. Exactly right. You can, if you had all the money, what would you do? You got nothing else to work for. My R has never been in the green, and I got the email saying I get a month of Walmart Plus. You don't have the Walmart Plus has nothing to do with acceptance trading. It has to do with your uh, you got to do like 20 deliveries a month and completion rate and all that. Acceptance rating doesn't matter. Not as far as Walmart Plus goes. I do think the acceptance rating. Me and Emily was sitting today. Her phone's literally like, well, here, like right there. My phone's like right there. Well, about 3 foot apart. Her acceptance rating is higher than mine, and she was getting orders before me almost every time. None of the orders, hardly, most of the orders wasn't worth taking, but nevertheless, she was getting them. Yeah, yeah. If y'all like it, if you do like fishing, I miss Kmart close. Yeah, I like the Kmart. The blue light special. Yeah, if y'all like fishing and hiking and stuff, Dirty Shoes Adventures, and there's some mentions of other channels on there if you're into fishing and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of RVers and met a lot of them and was going to some rendezvous, kind of so to speak, thing, get-togethers, whatever you want to call it. Great, if you're into adventure type stuff, hiking, fishing. Some of them do bicycling, RVing. If you're into all that, hop on over. Thanks for the mention there, Steve. That one is Brandon's. There's some great fishing YouTube. Yes, there is. Yep. I like Lake Fork Guy, the Guggen Squad, all of those guys. Most of them have their individual channels, but then they have one primary channel. And uh, oh, see, it happens when you get older. You get a mind and thought. And Scott Martin. Scott Martin's got some good stuff out. That if you don't know who Scott Martin is and you like fishing, if you've ever heard of Roland Martin, that's his daddy, and he is probably close to my age, and his daddy's like 80 something, still jigging. GigTube niche is too small, but I had my Dirty Shoes Adventures YouTube channel probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. No, it's been longer than that. And I still never got to the 1,000. And I started this channel, and of course, Pedro helped me. I got about 700, 800, and then Pedro mentioned me every once in a while. That helps to have somebody shout you out. But this channel, like within a year, surpassed my Dirty Shoes Adventures, and I could not for the life of me figure out why. But I guess Dirty Shoes Adventures don't make you any money. It just shows you some different things, and I thought that was more entertaining. But apparently, people enjoy watching people work and seeing different ideas and different perspectives on how to do things. And I guess that's better than catching a big old bass. Speaking of big old bass, man, I lost a good one at Possum Kingdom Lake. Emily just looked at me and said, ha ha, because she lost a good one the last time we went fishing at Nocona. This one was bigger than the one that I caught at Nocona. It was anywhere from 10 to 12 pounds. And if you know about bass fishing, a 10 to 12 pound largemouth is a monster. Oh, man, that bites. But anyway, if Emily didn't take the order, did you then see? Yes, I did. Same order come up. Yes, I did. It would come up $7. Sam's order, $7. Then within about 30 seconds, it would, because she would reject and it would pop up on mine. It would hit hers and then hit mine. A beautiful woman always puts me in a better mood. An ugly woman makes me more depressed. Well, it takes the ugly ones to make the pretty ones look prettier. Some of them are real pretty until they open their mouth and then they become very ugly. Take that to the bank. Is Olive Garden still your favorite? No, it ain't mine. I don't know who you're talking to, but actually, I love Italian food. We have one called Mia's, MIA apostrophe S. It's really good. I don't know if they're a national or a local. The one here is locally owned, but I don't know if that's a national. Olive Garden used to be good, and then Johnny Carino's was really good for a long time. But then they changed up their spices. You can only make lasagna certain ways, but then your spices, that can change things up, and they kind of got a little bland. I officially became a flat earther today. The Bible says the earth is flat, so there you go. Delivering within 3,000 will come sooner than you think. Um, You want you want your fishing channel to blow up. Start cooking the fish. Some of the RVers um, and the campers that are they have camping channels, but a couple of them do a lot of cooking, and some of them I met a really nice couple. They live over in Georgia. I can't remember. Anyway, maybe Arkansas. Um, they do cast iron cooking. Everything's with cast iron. Hey, Dash Womble, how are you? I hope you're feeling okay. Oh, 3,000 subs. I don't know if I'll ever hit 3,000 subs, but the subs that I got, I really like and I appreciate them. Yeah, but me cooking, mm. and I was prepared to cook. Let me tell you, we got time. We got time. Let me tell you about the Possum Kingdom vacation weekend camping trip to break Miss Emily in on a tent camping. Y'all ready for a laugh? Well, you know what? I texted my mom and I told her about it. So I'm going to read y'all, and this pretty much sums it up. Let me go back because we've texted a little bit. Okay, so I was going to break Emily in on. Good Lord, I did write a lot. Oh, there we go. My mom asked how the camping trip went. I said, "Well, LOL. You had to walk up a little incline to get to the side." Now, y'all keep in mind, Emily's not a tent camper, so it was to kind of see how she would like it. You had to walk up to a little incline to get to the side, so that was a bit exhausting. Uh, Carrying everything up there, we set the tent up and put the air mattress in the tent. Get ready to air it up. Look for the little fitting that goes on the air mattress fitting to put on the air pump. Find it, but it's inside the little pocket where the electric cord goes. Well, the air pump wouldn't go in far enough to get any air to the inlet. Well, then we think we'll cut a water bottle. We're MacGyvers here. We'll cut a water bottle and use that to make a makeshift adapter. Good idea. That worked, but not enough air in it quick enough. The batteries go dead. We're right across from the bathroom, which has electricity. Our site only had water, it didn't have electricity. If I'm missing anything, y'all hang on just a second. Let me read this. Had electricity in the bathroom. And I told her, I said, now don't get ahead of me now. So we get back to the tent with the air mat. We went to the bathroom, aired it up, get back to the tent. Tent with the air mattress. And yep, you guessed it, it would not fit through the door of the tent. We pushed, pulled, squashed down on the tent and finally got it in. Now, fast forward a bit. We go fish, but have to do some rock climbing to get down to the water, but we made it. Lake is clear, and you could even see the fish swimming around. Well, we didn't catch anything and started looking stormy, so we got back up to the campsite and start preparing for the storm, which we had some pretty good storms. Got everything taken care of, so we just sat and relaxed and ate beanie weenies because couldn't start a campfire because it was fixing to rain. Because the rain would put the fire out. We decided since it was just about dark, we'd just go to bed. Plus, it started raining. Well, nicely tucked away inside the tent, we laid talking. Then Emily said it was wet up by the end of the bed where by the pillow. We're looking, and then she said, water is dripping on me. Then a little dripped on me. I said, well, it's just a little. She said, we'll be all right. Then the rain started coming down harder. As it got heavier, the drip turned into several drips. Then we were getting pretty wet. The floor of the tent started pulling up with the water. Our clean clothes were now getting wet. So she laid the towel over the clothes. She had already mentioned going to the car, but the storm was about over. So we just laid there. I was watching the radar and the storms just kept popping up. Finally, I gave up and we went to the car before the next storm hit. So we tried to tilt the mattress up so it wouldn't catch as much water dripping from the rainfly over the tent. Uh, we both dozed off for a bit in the car because we went to the car. I woke up around 3:30, and so we checked the radar. It wasn't showing anything, so I asked her if she wanted to, because neither one of us was sleeping good. Back's hurting. So we went back to the tent, and it was muddy. Had to get up the little slope sliding. Anyway, we woke up the next morning, but then it goes on. All right, needless to say, that tent went to the trash, and Emily said that she would try it again, but she said only if I check the weather, check it again, and check it again, and then check it before we actually leave to go. So, me breaking her in on camping was it kind of backfired on me. But my tent had been good, and I really liked that tent, but it went in the trash. Luckily, I have another tent because I did a review on Dirty Shoes Adventures, a little over a year ago on another tent and never slept in. I just set it up for the review, put it back in the box, and then, so hopefully it's good. Anyway, that was the story of our Possum Kingdom fishing trip. We didn't. I caught. Well, I almost caught that fish, but what I think started that is the cooking thing. I got me a jalapeno and a lemon. Actually, I think we got a lemon juice because Walmart was out of lemons that day. But I was gonna put it in full and put it on the fire. And all you need is cut up a jalapeno, put it on the, fillet it, your fish, put a jalapeno on there, some lemon juice, a little salt and pepper, good to go. Tasty. Anyway, the quality of the subs, not the quantity. Exactly. I'd rather have what I got, 2.2 thousand, something like that. I'd rather have 200 good subs than 10,000 subs that never watch. I mean, what's the point? It's like, I don't know. That's why those that watch are important to me. All of you are. Emily's a smart lady. Well, yeah, she's smart, but it's going to take some coaxing to get her to go again. The bad thing is now we're kind of starting to get into the summer months, so it's going to be really hot. And I used to not mind camping when it's 90 to 110, but I really don't want to be up in the tent at 2 o'clock in the morning and it's still 95 degrees. That's Texas, you know. Anyway, this is what the stories. Oh, the stories. It was hilarious. You know, it was like a drip, and I got a drip of water on me, and it was I don't know how many of y'all know about tents, but you got your tent, and then you have a rain fly that goes over that. You can leave the rain fly off, and then you'll get more airflow. You can put the rain fly on it to stop the rain, supposedly. But it was hilarious. We did a lot of laughing actually, which, as my great aunt would say, it's making memories. Memories we probably won't plan on making again, but we have those memories, and that's kind of one of the things when you need to take some time for yourself and whoever you're with, your kids, your wife, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case is. Take some time. It may just be your buddy. Take some time because before you know it, your time's going to be gone, and you're not going to be having no memories except for what that DoorDash order paid, how this person tip baited me. I mean, it's all memories, but you need some variety in your memories, some fun, pleasant things, and don't kill yourself working because at the end, it don't matter. It's what you left people to think about you about, left the memories of you. You'll never die as long as people remember you, but if you don't make some good impressions and make something worth, do something more worth remembering, then when you die, you will die because nobody's going to remember how many DoorDash orders you did or Spark orders. But they are going to remember that you helped them change a flat tire or you took them to dinner. Just my thoughts. Anyway, didn't mean to get off on a preaching tangent there, but that's who I am. Still rough after yesterday, but I worked with a new app today, which I'll be doing video. Oh, a new app. Okay, cool. Y'all check out Dash Wobble's channel. Apparently, he's going to have a new app coming. Doing a new app, I'm going to share it with us. Three Stooges camping trip. So all others will seem like, that's exactly what my mom said. She said, well, what, how did she word that? She put a bunch of laughing faces. Says, "I'm so sorry. It was a nightmare, but it was an adventure for sure. On the plus side, it was such a bad experience that the next time she'll think it's wonderful. LOL. Why did you throw the tin away? Because it leaks, Mom." That's exactly what she had said, though. Is, you know, and that's like life. You have bad experiences. When you do have a better experience, it makes it that much better. Can you put a link to Dashing Wumble's page? Yes, I can. Actually, I mean, anybody can get it. All you got to do, the three little, well, on a computer. I don't know about, let me just open up a new tab. But Dashing Grandpa, as soon as my computer loads. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of people, if you're looking for, because it's just youtube.com/ and the @ sign and then their name. But anyway, on a computer, the three little dots on the side of their, you can hit go to channel. But on a computer, if you right click on that, you can open in a new tab and you can stay here. And you can go there when we're through here. But anyway, that was Dashing Waffles channel, y'all. Yeah. But anyways, at Dashing Womble, I mean, most people, that's all they go to. And just in case anybody is interested in the fishing stuff, mine is just youtube.com/Dirty Shoes Adventures. But to make it eat, oh, well, I got it. Here's Dirty Shoes Adventures. But yeah, if y'all check out Dashing Womble's channel, is a growing channel, needs some support, and he's going to have a different app. So I'm kind of excited about that. But I'll be looking forward to that. Right now, I'm looking forward to catching some Z's. I'm tired. I work. I give Bud Soda a hard time sometimes about working so much, but I work. He's hustling out on the streets, driving, constantly working and going and going. And I probably work as many hours as he does, but mine consists of reviewing products, testing the products. Sometimes it like I did a hunting blind, so I went to the park. So we set up the hunting blind to do the review, but was at the park. So a lot of my work is not really work, but technically it is. But it's still having fun, and that's the whole thing. Sometimes you can work and still have fun, and that's why I started doing these gig apps because it's not constantly going and going and going. Because sometimes you can just stop and go walk around Sam's, go walk around the park, go by and have lunch with your mom if you still got a mom. And again, happy Mother's Day to all your moms out there and Mr. Moms. And I hope you all have every day should be Mother's Day, but that one special day. And if you've never had the experience of being both mom and, if you're a guy and you've never had the experience of being both mom and a dad, you need to experience that because you'll learn to appreciate mothers a whole lot more. And that's a fact. Today was my first day of real work in over a week. It felt good. Sometimes it's nice to have some time off if it's my choice. Um, but sometimes it's nice to get back out. Used to, I wanted to go back to work. A moth just flew here. Squirrel. No. I wanted to go back to work so I could rest a little bit. But anyway, I'll have a video up by tomorrow morning if the new app once I edited it. All right. I'll be looking forward to that. when I'm sitting around the Walmart parking lot waiting on an order, I'll check it out. Anyway, y'all enjoy life. Don't let it go by too quick. It's going to go by fast enough. Right now, I'm tired. I actually got up at 7 o'clock this morning with the sound of thunder, like I said earlier. But if y'all have got some weather coming your way, if you're over, I know Gary's not here now, probably not here now, but y'all watch the weather. 'Tis the season. Y'all be happy. Be happy with yourself, so you'll be a happier person and spread that happiness. Thanks for coming by, and I will talk to y'all next time. Y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing something. Because you're going to grow old and gray headed if you don't, and time will get by. Get out there and enjoy life because there's more to it than just work. Y'all have a good night, and I'm going to click in broadcast and click in broadcast again. I can see it this time. I remember to put my cursor over on it, so now I can say, y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.